inclusive form, we can convert them into exclusive. We can convert them into exclusive. And now when we are drawing the histogram, it must be exclusive. The class intervals must be exclusive because it will provide us the continuity. So always
Sir?
when you draw the graph.
Sir, your voice is not
Yes.
coming clearly, sir. It is breaking in between.
Okay. Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it breaks again, do let me know. I will again recorrect. So we have already learned that if the interclass intervals are inclusive, we can convert them into exclusive by adjustment factor, by adjusting the class intervals. So if this is the class interval 10 to 20, for example, 11 to 20, and next is 21 to 30. So these are inclusive class intervals. That is, they are including the lower limit as well as the upper limit. Now, to draw the histogram, we require exclusive class interval because we require continuity. Because we want to get the data which lies between 20 and 21. In which class interval will enter that data. So there's an issue. So we make them exclusive. So we find the adjustment factor. It's 0.1. It is this minus this divided by 2. 0.5 is the adjustment factor. So subtract from this one. So it will be 10.5 to 20.5. Subtract from the lower class and limit and add to the upper class limit. 20.5 to 30.5. That's how we are converted into exclusive form. So for drawing the histograms, you will always require it to be in exclusive form. Okay. And whenever we are, okay, rest I will explain afterwards. Okay. So open page number 229 once. Open page number 229 once. Okay. Histogram you can see in the steps is given. Convert the data into exclusive form. Okay. That's important. Always remember that. If it is given in exclusive form, you have to convert the data in exclusive form. Always remember that one. Okay. So today we are going to discuss histogram. What do you mean by histogram? We all have learned the bar graph.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Like we used to take here the class intervals or the particular data, like number of cars, number of buses we have done. So number of vehicles we used to take here, and here the mode of transport. For example, bus, car, bicycle, and by foot. And you used to draw, for example, students coming by bus is 10, you used to mark up to 10, then 20. If by car they are 5, you used to mark here. Bicycle, they are 20, like this. We have drawn the bar graphs. They are in the shape of chocolate bars or not. These are bars only, rectangular bars. Now we'll be going to discuss, and we are as well discuss. Okay, now we are going to discuss the histogram. In bar graphs, we leave the space. Space is left in bar graph. There is no continuity in bar graph, but in histogram there is a continuity. So how we draw the histogram? Class intervals on the x-axis, and here the frequency. For particular class, we have the frequency here. Okay, and now, for example, it starts from 0. So we start from 0. I like this. This is the histogram in this shape. Okay, so you can see the continuity. There is no breakage. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Okay, this width is same. Horizontal width is same. Vertical height, you can see it's different depending on the frequency. So you will take scale for x-axis, you will take scale for y-axis. So scale for x-axis and scale for y-axis, they are independent. That is, you can take different scale for frequency, you can take different scale for class interval. That will be up to you. This is clear? So this is graphical representation of the data. We have learned how to represent in form of a table. Now from the table, we'll go for histogram. We'll go for graphical representation. And you can see it's more interesting to look at than the tabular form or than the raw data. So it's more interesting, more appealing to find the data, and it is easy as well. If I ask you which interval have the highest frequency, you can easily say highest bar 10 to 20, that this interval is having the highest frequency. Or else in table, we have to compare first. Okay. So we'll start with first question, and rest we'll keep on discussing along with the questions. Okay. Try first one. Try first question. Okay. Frequency polygon we'll discuss after some time. So first one, construct a frequency polygon. Okay, frequency polygon they ask here. Okay, we will discuss it along with this question, frequency polygon as well. Okay, by the following distribution. Construct a frequency polygon for the following distribution. Okay, put it in the tabular form. First one. Okay. So we'll be discussing frequency polygon as well. Okay. So along with this question, we'll discuss. So see a table this time, what you have to make? Class interval. It's class mark as well you have to make, okay? Then the frequency. So first check whether the class intervals are inclusive or exclusive. They are exclusive, 0 to 4, 4 to 8, then 8 to 12. They are exclusive. So we do not have to adjust the class intervals, okay? So here we have the class intervals. Here we have the class mark because we need the middle value for frequency polygon. And here we will have the frequency. 0 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 15 to 20, and 20 to 24. Frequencies we have 4, 7, 10, 15, 11, 6. Class mark. Calculate the class mark. How to calculate the class mark? We need to find the mean value. 0 plus 4 divided by 2. How much is the class mark? 2. The middle value. 4 plus 8 divided by 2. How much we are getting? 6. Similarly, we calculate for them. How much it will be? 10, 14, 18, 22. So we have calculated the middle value. The class mark we have calculated. It will be required for constructing frequency polygon. Okay. Now, how to draw the histogram? So for constructing frequency polygon, there are two ways. Either first we construct the histogram, or without histogram as well we can construct. Okay. So first we are constructing using histogram. Draw the histogram. So we need x and y axis. This is our x-axis. This is y-axis. On x-axis we are going to mark some space we are going to leave, and we have the class interval. And here we have the frequency. Okay. Now, how are the class intervals? 0 to 4, 4 to 8. So how we are going to take them? You are seeing the blocks on your graph paper. 0. Then after 10 mm, you have the first what's this? Little bit bold line. A bold line is there. Then again at 10, bold line is there. So that will mark 4. We start from 0, 4. Then next bold line 8, 12, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So how we have taken the scale here on x-axis? You can write somewhere here on top. Scale on x-axis. 1 centimeter equal to 4 units. Okay. And y-axis we have to take. These are, see how many are there? Up to 15. 15 is the highest. So how you are going to take? How you are going to take 15? If you take 1 mm as 1, then it will be very small. So we require a little bit bigger. How much we should take?
So we can take 5, 10, 20, like 25, 10, 15, 20.
Okay. So how many blocks you are going to take? 4 blocks is 5. Or how many blocks? 5 blocks is 5. Yeah. Each centimeter is 1 you can take as well. Each 10 mm, or you can take 1 centimeter as 1 unit. So it will be 15 centimeters. I think graph paper is around 27 centimeters. Yes or no? Or you can take 10 cent. Okay, 10 centimeters will be much higher. 5 centimeters as 10 units. 5 centimeters as 10 units you can take as well. It means wherever first block, second block, third block, fourth, fifth. So 1 centimeter will be 2 units. Like this also we can take. Understood? You can see these are 1 centimeter blocks. Okay, see in graph paper you have the blocks like this. Green blocks, and you can see a little less bold. So this smaller one we can take as, okay? We can take it like this, 0.5 centimeter equal to 1 unit. Like this we can take. This is fine. We can take it like this. So this will be our 1 unit, 2 unit. Then again small block, 3, 3, 4. It means in 1 centimeter we are taking 2 units. Understood this time?
Yes, sir.
So for 15, for 15, how much you will require? 7.5 centimeters only. 7.5 centimeters. Or very simple, you can do 1 unit equal to 1 centimeter. So it will take 15 centimeters about in your graph paper. Or if you're taking just half, 7.5, that is each half centimeter as 1 unit you can take. Okay. So for example, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So first one, see here. The graph is starting from 0 class interval, therefore it's fine. We have started from 0. 0 to 4.
So can we write from 0 to 4 and then from 4 to we write that whole?
What you are going to write? These are class intervals here, Mark.
No,
Like
sir,
one
y-axis we can write 0 to 4.
y0 to, okay, you want to draw like this graphs. Class intervals of y-axis you want to take.
No, sir, so from only 0, we remove 1, 2, and 3. So
Okay,
there
then
is
you
a
have to
graph.
provide, yes, that's fine. You have to provide a kink, but mainly we never do that. Don't do that, okay? Or else 4 will be at 0. Don't do that on y-axis, okay? Start from 0 only. Always start from 0, okay? Because by looking the height, we can get
Yes.
the data, okay? So never make it on y-axis, never provide a kink here. Okay, 0 to 4, how many are there? 4. Okay. And you have space here, we will require. Frequency quality. So space must be here, always leave 2 or 3 centimeters always. In this as well, we will require 1 centimeter here. Okay, 0 to 4 we have marked. Now 4 to 8 class interval, how much it is having frequency? 7. So up to 7. Up to 7. Next one, 8 to 12, 10. Okay, always remember their width will be same. Heights are different, width will be same. Okay, 8 to 12, 10. 12 to 16, 15. 15. 16 to 20, 11. Next one, 6. Okay, this is histogram. What we have drawn is histogram. Okay, in histogram we don't require class mark. For frequency polygon we require class mark. So for frequency polygon we as well require one class before this. 0 to 4, one class we require. So see here what I have seen, we never take negative. In some books, we don't take negative, we start from 0. In some books, we are taking negative. Like in our book, we have taken negative as well. So mark a class just before the given class. Immediately just before the given class, starting class is 0, 4. So mark one more, -4 to 0. Similarly, mark one more after the, immediately after the last class, 20 to 24, 24 to 28. Okay. Why we are marking? While drawing, I'll tell you this one. So we have marked, okay. Now, see here, we start from where? Class mark of this will be somewhere here. Class mark will be in between -2. Similarly, class mark of this class will be here, 26. So we have marked that. Similarly, we will mark the class mark for each on top. It will be how much it is. 2 mark here. Middle value mark in everyone. 6, 10, 12, 14, 18, and here 22. We have marked. Now join them all. See here, it looks more better. Either if we start from here, there will be some discontinuity seems like. So we start from here. Earlier, so what we do, we take one class immediately just before the initial class and just one after the final class, that is last class. And mark their class marks. So now join them. Okay, with different pen I join. Now join them.
So we have to take midpoint from 0 and -4.
Yes, midpoint. That is class mark of this class interval. That will be -2. Similarly, class mark of this class. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Sir, can you please repeat it again?
Okay. So see here, histogram you all have drawn. Histogram we have drawn. Now, always remember if frequency polygon is asked, always remember we'll require one class just before that. Initial class will always require one more class. So always have that class. Okay. In more question we'll discuss, we'll get to know there. Okay. We'll discuss there. Similarly, after the last class, we'll mark one more class. This is clear? Now, the class marks we have calculated, mark them on top of them. Okay. So if you, okay, then join them by line. Have you understood? So we have drawn the histogram first, and we will take one class just immediately before the first class, and one class just immediately after the last class, and we'll mark their class marks. -2, here class mark is 2. So what is the coordinates of them? 2, the class mark, and the frequency. 2, 4. These are the coordinates or not? 2, 4 here, 6, x-axis, y-axis, 7. These are the coordinates. We can draw this frequency polygon without drawing the histogram as well. Yes or no? Coordinates 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Coordinates 6 and 7. 6, 7. Coordinates 10, 10. 10, 10. Yes or no? So frequency polygon can be drawn without drawing the histogram as well. We can draw straightforward. Class mark and frequency we can draw using them straight. Is this clear? Yes.
So can you tell how you taken the scale on x-axis?
Okay, on x-axis, how we have taken? See here, how much is the class interval 0 to 4? So it's easier to take the dark lines. Yes, those bold lines is taken. So 4 units are taken because we do not know what these are. So what we have taken, 1 centimeter equal to 4 units. 1 centimeter equal to 4 units. Whereas the y is taking 4.5 centimeters last data point. Okay, so this scale is up to you. Okay, whatever scale you want to take, you are free to take. Okay, but always remember the graph must be drawn within the graph paper. Okay, don't take huge scales so that sometimes it may. Yes.
So what you have written with that red marks?
Red marks. Okay, see here. If I ask you what is the coordinate of this point, on x-axis what is there? Class mark. And y-axis, frequency we are marking. So what are the coordinates? 2 and 4. 2 and 4. These are the coordinates of these points which we are connecting for frequency polygon. So what I am saying that we do not require the histogram for drawing the frequency polygon. So there are two ways. First way, you draw the histogram first and then you draw the frequency polygon. Okay. Second way, you can draw the frequency polygon directly without drawing the histogram. How we can draw that? We already have calculated the class mark. We already have the frequency. So these are the coordinates of those points of frequency polygon. 2 on x-axis we have to mark 4, 2, 4. X coordinate, y coordinate. Okay. So 2, 4. 6, 7. 6, 7. 10, 10. 10, 10. Then 14, 15. So it is 14 on x-axis and 15 on y-axis. 18, 11. 18, 11. And this is 22 and 6. So without drawing the histogram as well, we can draw the frequency polygon. Is this clear to all? Any doubt you have? Ask again.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
Okay. Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is clear. This is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now go through the second question once. Everyone go through the second question. Construct a combined histogram and frequency polygon for the following frequency distribution. Combined. So first you have to draw the histogram, then the frequency polygon. Okay. So here you see the class starts from 10. It starts from 10. I'm rubbing it. Okay. Starts from 10. So how you going to
Sir?
take scale on x-axis? Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
we have to make this table and this graph
Yes.
on both the graph notebook. This table
See
also.
what you can do is you can make it in your fair notebook and from graph paper you can cut and paste. That is one way. Or if you want to maintain the separate notebook in graph paper as well, graph notebook you can do. That is in the line pages you can make the table and in the left side that is the graph paper you can draw. That way as well you can do. That's up to you. You're free.
So we can
Okay.
cut and paste also.
Yes, you can cut and paste as well.
Okay, sir.
That's up to you. Okay. How you do, it's fine. Okay. That's up to you.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, the red line you have drawn, that only is the frequency polygon.
Yes, this is the frequency polygon, the red line. Okay. And always see here. Now it's look better if I haven't taken this one. It would have little bit odd. So to make it look better, what we do? We take one class just immediately before, one class just immediately after. So that class will have the frequency as 0. So we just join that. We always take. So it's look more better now. Okay. As well giving an idea that some value is there as well. Okay. So we go for one class just before the first class, one class just after the last class. Always have that. Now see inside second question. It is having class interval starting from 10 to 20. It is starting from 10. From 10. So we already know for frequency polygon will require one more class. So this is 0, 10, 20. So our histogram is going to start from here. Yes. This but for frequency polygon we require one more. So we always keep one here. Okay. One more class interval we will always take. Okay. Just before that. If it starts from 0, on this side we'll take one class interval. Okay. At last also we'll require one more class interval. Okay. So draw the second one. Everyone draw. So class interval will require class mark and frequency. So first you need to check whether they are inclusive or exclusive. Check it once. Whether they are inclusive or exclusive, the class intervals.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. So we don't need to convert them. We can use them straightforward. Okay. Draw it. First draw the table. (10 to 20). 10 to 20. 20 to 30. 30 to 40. 40 to 50. 50 to 60. And frequencies are 3, 5, 6, 4, 2. Okay. So we need to draw histogram as well as frequency polygon. Class mark will be how much? 10 plus 20 divided by 2. 15. Similarly, we do for them all 25, 35, 45, 55. Okay. If we need to draw the frequency polygon directly, we can as well draw 15 and 3. So 15 will take and 3 from here, from y-axis, 15 and 3. This coordinate, we can join that. That is directly drawing, that is without drawing the histogram. But in this question, we need to draw the histogram and the frequency polygon. Okay. So how we are going to take x-axis? 1 unit as 1 centimeter you can take, or 1 centimeter as 1 unit, or 1 centimeter as 2 unit as well you take. You can take, you will require 12 centimeters. Okay, I am taking 1 centimeter as 1 unit. Okay, and on x-axis I am taking 1 centimeter as 10 units. Okay, here only we can write on y-axis 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. So we always require one extra, that is one just before the first class. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 40, 50, and 60. We require one more, 70. Now draw the histogram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y-axis, x-axis, class intervals, frequency. Okay. So 10 to 20, what is the frequency? 3. Draw up to 3. Okay. Next is 5. 20 to 30, 5. With scale, you have to draw them all. 30 to 40, 6. Okay. 6. 40 to 50, 4. 50 to 60, 2. Okay. So one class we have left before the first class and one after the class. This we require for the frequency polygon. So histogram we have drawn. Now to draw the frequency polygon, mark the center of each. 0 to 10, it will be 5. Here it is 15. 15. Similarly here. Similarly here. Okay, don't rub and mark. Okay. Don't rub and mark, simply mark with pencil. Okay. Okay. Now join them. Now join them. Use the scale. You can use the scale to join them. Okay. So this is the frequency polygon. This is the frequency polygon. Have you all understood?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear? Okay. Read the next question, third one. Read the third one. Construct a frequency polygon for the following data. How are you going to do this one? It's not inclusive. It's not exclusive. 10 to 14. So class intervals. I'm showing you for 2 classes, okay? Class intervals. First is 10 to 14. 10 to 14. Then 15 to 18, I think. 15 to 19. 15 to 19. Okay. So first, make these class intervals exclusive. How we can make 15 minus 14, 1, 1 divided by 0.5. So it will be 9.5 to 14.5. 14.5 to 19.5. Okay. And you will have the here class mark. Class mark will be how much? Add them divided by 2. Add them divided by 2. It's fine. Class mark we all get the same. Class mark will be 10 plus 14 divided by 2. It will be 12. And here it will be how much? 17. Is it 17?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in the previous question, second question diagram, I think you have made some mistake there.
Where?
So you have taken z minus 10.
No, minus 10. See here, our class interval starts from 10. 10 to 20 is first class. 10 to 20. We just require one more class interval. So 0 to 10, earlier one. Just before that, we require one. Okay, whatever it is. For example, we are starting from 40. For example, we are starting first class from 40 to 50. So if we leave the space 0 to 10, 10 to 20, it's the wastage of space. So usually what we do, we draw the kink. Okay, for the first class, we draw the kink in that first block. Okay, now start from 40. We require for frequency polygon, we require one more. Histogram, we don't require. So we start from here 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. And our histogram will start from here. But this class we require 4 frequency polygons. So we'll mark that one. Okay, we'll draw them like this. Have you understood this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this class intervals, 9.5 will require from minus 0.5 to 9.5 as well. No, it's how much? It's only class, it's only 4. Okay, no issues. It is 5. So subtract 5 from here, you will get the one more 4.5. I think it's the start. Okay, convert these class intervals. In third one, you will convert them. Okay. So
In middle
class
box, what you have written?
these
Class
are
interval.
new class intervals. Class intervals. These are inclusive class intervals. And you will make it exclusive. Okay. Okay, this question we are going to do tomorrow. I am giving this question as homework to you, how whether you are able to try on. And you will have the frequency here. Okay. Now how to draw that one? Yes.
So is that necessary to calculate class marks?
Class mark, yes, it's necessary here because we are going to mark the center value. You know it, but still draw, make them. Okay. Now how to draw? Here the first line, because we require 0.5, 0.4 from 0.4. Okay. So you will have the little bit kink. Okay. And now from the first one, first dark line, you start 4.5 and next 9.5, next one 14.5. Those dark lines, okay, you will make. Okay, so this one you try as homework. We'll be doing it in class tomorrow. Okay, third one we'll be doing in class, but you must try it once. Yes.
So why we drawn that track in the very beginning?
Okay, see here why we have drawn the track. It's mainly like this. We are compressing those lines. Or we are, for example, we have to start from. We need one more class that is 4.5 to 9.5. So how you are going to mark 4.5? How you are going to mark 4.5? Either you have to take 4.5, some scale you have to take. But for example, it's so mainly what we do, we provide a kink and we say something is there. Okay. And now we start from 4.5. Whatever is their scale, we don't require to take that. Okay. No use of that. And we start the first bold line as 4.5. So we don't have to worry whatever it is here and how much scale, how scale we have taken for this block. Okay, there's one more reason as well. Okay, let's discuss it tomorrow more. Okay, so we can start now straight from 4.5. Next block we can take it as 9.5. Next block 14.5. Like this we can take. So see here, this length is how much? 5. This length is how much? First block only, 4.5 only. If we have to go by the scale, we should have taken it 5 as well. Yes or no? But we haven't taken. So to make it right, we usually provide a kink. Like this we make it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll discuss it more tomorrow, okay? So second one, third one, you try once, okay? If you make mistake, it's fine, but you must try. And we will start from third tomorrow, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you all.